This video is for me. I actually watched a YouTube video called Your Life as Every Level of a YouTuber. And I fell in kind of the beginning of the video. Even if you're not a creator, go and watch it just so you have an idea of why I all of a sudden thought of all of this. The sudden realization has been fantastic. It's given me a little bit of more direction of what I want to do, having a life in the powersports industry, specifically snowmobiling. The end of the video showed kind of like what the future of what I'm doing could look like. And I mean, that's like the best thing you can do for yourself is know what the future of your business or anything might look like. That can help you prepare for it better. That's exactly what I'm doing written out on this whiteboard here. It's going to change in time, of course. Some things are feasible, some things might not be feasible. And there's definitely a lot more to this. I literally just wrote this up in like 5 minutes because I just had this aha moment. And I want to make this video to share it with you guys, get your perspective on it, and just kind of let you know where I'm going with all this. So quick background, I left my 9-to-5. I was in banking for 8 years. I left in August of 2025. I do personal training now. I do a little bit of marketing agency stuff, social media and whatnot for a few companies. And then I ride snowmobiles. I do social media of snowmobiling. So monetization, sponsorships, kind of the main sources of income for that. This here is going to allow me to get some direction and leverage what I've learned with social media, specifically YouTube lately. I've been a short form content guy for basically since I started this. So for, we can say 3 years. And the YouTube has been new to me, especially learning the process of it. And it's really cool to watch this video and see what an institutional business you could build off the foundation of social media or YouTube. So I'm going to dive in. Again, watch that video. Hold on, I have it up on my laptop. 16 minutes. I made it 13 minutes in with this realization of an idea, so specifically 13:44, LOL. I built my short form content around the belief of I believe life is better with snowmobiling. It's the basis of everything I do. And at the top of this projected institutional business architect and kind of ideas, at the top is that social media. So marketing is getting your product, service, whatever it is, out in front of as many people as possible so that you might be able to provide them a service that they actually need or want, okay? And I'm going to leverage YouTube to do that in social media, Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that. And then I've come up with 5 kind of business architects, 5 layers of what I want to do. To have social media support these businesses and in return support my belief statement. And I'll start left to right, and this is kind of my favorite one, but I want to own an Arctic Cat dealership. I am a diehard Arctic Cat rider. I know a lot about the product. I've raced it. My dad has been on Arctic Cat majority of his life. I have been all my life. So to own an Arctic Cat dealership would be one of the best ways to support the brand by actually helping them sell product. And having really good content about the product is how you would sell it. And then what better way to actually be able to work with the company I love than to actually sell sleds. So that was one cool idea. Fitness programming, so I'm in personal training. I'm 32 years old. I've been training since I was 19. My primary sport was lacrosse. I also played hockey and I ran cross country. But fitness really helped me in my sports. Then I started racing cross country in 2017. And I had this great fitness background, but I wasn't training for snowmobiling as a sport. And so over the last, what's coming up to 10 years, I've learned quite a bit about fitness in snowmobile racing. And have learned a lot, and I've been slowly applying to other people what I've learned, but I'd love to create fitness programming for snowmobiling. And the huge part of that is longevity, right? So if people can stay in shape specific to the sport of snowmobiling, even if you don't race, even if you're just a trail rider, that's going to help the sport last longer. It's going to help you live a long and healthy life, and it's also going to allow you to keep riding snowmobiles. Second is the marketing agency. I want to help other businesses or other people in the social media marketing space, because they could basically be doing all of this by leveraging, how to get people's attention, and through ads, through creative, through copyright, all that stuff. My wife is really, really good with this too, so we could, build a really cool agency. Also, the Action Sports Club is where I learned a lot of this, and I've connected with other graduates of the program, and they know all this stuff. So like, infinite possibility to create an incredible team to help an industry that we love, which is really cool. I want to start a race team. Is it a factory team? I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. Is it going to be Leech Racing? I don't know, but I want to. Racing is kind of the heart and soul of the snowmobile industry, in my opinion. Innovation comes from it. Safety comes from it. Knowledge, longevity. Kids get into racing. Into snowmobile racing, they stay in the sport longer, they can ride safer, and their knowledge of the product, community, there's so much to benefit from racing. And so to be able to market a race team, to have a controlled environment for specific people to grow in the sport, if I see that they have the potential to really make something of it, I can do that through a race team. Synergy, 2 + 2 = 6. The race team could definitely provide that. And what I look at is where could I have been if I had been part of my race team, right? This race team I'm creating. And it wouldn't have taken me I'm 32. I could take an 18-year-old and get them to where I'm at now in 2 to 3 years. So 21, and then maybe even learning all the, possibilities are endless. And then Powersports Academy, anything powersports, not just snowmobiling. I want to be able to provide knowledge, safety, and longevity for the powersports industry as a whole. I live in Maine. Powersports and tourism are huge economic drivers in the state of Maine, so that's where I'm going to start. And I've already connected with so many amazing people. North Star Motorsports, North Star Cross Country, they're nonprofit organizations. Ride Safe, Kristen, she's incredible. Actually, I owe her an email back, which is hilarious, that I bring her up in this video. But they just have a huge advocate for safety, especially. If you know how to ride power sports, you will not die on power sports, and that's the number one thing. We don't want anyone dying. I know that sounds extreme, but it's real. We don't want anyone dying on power sports, specifically snowmobiles, because I love snowmobiling. But side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, motorcycles, anything. No one should be dying. And I want to be able to teach people how to properly operate equipment. I don't know how to operate everything, but I'm really freaking good at operating snowmobiles because I've been doing it for so long. Kristen had a great point where we all just talk about snowmobiles and parts and setup like it's nothing. But to someone who has no clue about it, it's gobbledygook. So why not leverage that knowledge to support people and then build a team of every power sports activity there is to then be able to help each of their industries grow. The little bullet points I've kind of been noting at here, I didn't address them, but these are kind of the big things that are byproducts of the business architecture, right? Like money, right? You can make money. Cool. I don't care about that. I want to be able to make the money to support these businesses, my family, but then the community as a whole. So community, merchandise, I just added this on there because it's a great marketing tool. Other people can learn how to create merchandise. It's not end-all be-all. It's a good revenue generator to work with these businesses. Their products and service kind of align with that. Revenue generators, they can help create attention or share information or knowledge, but they also support community, safety, knowledge of the industry, of whichever industry, snowmobiling specifically, and then longevity. We want everything to last. Even if the weather sucks, we want to be snowmobiling later down the road. What I already have in place is social media, essentially. That's kind of the starting point that I'm at, and what I have expert knowledge in. I say expert just because I am doing a lot better than kind of most people on social media, and I learned all that through the Action Sports Club, how to build an audience, a like-minded audience, and I did that with my belief statement. But to be able to create content that gains people's attention is where my current skill set is at. Fitness programming or fitness in general, that's kind of where I'm already at expert-wise or knowledge-wise. I would need to create like programming accessible for everyone and then also individualize it. I don't have like a business in place personally. I just have the business I work for. That is an existing avenue that's currently in place. The marketing agency is very, very small, but it is in place where I do, I guess I can call it freelance work. But I have clients. I'm still building out experience, SOPs, process, actual structure in that. And I want to turn it from freelance into an actual like LLC, not a sole proprietorship. Race team, again, this is kind of just like for fun. I don't have an actual built-in team in place like snowcross teams, for instance. Those are kind of the in-place things right now that I really can build off of. Other than that, like I really have no idea like the rest of it. It will come in time, each of these. But this is kind of where I'm at a loss, like where to go from here. I know what I want to do, but actually like building an Arctic Cat dealership, like never done it before. Maybe I'll lean on other Arctic Cat dealerships that exist, how they started, stuff like that. The Powersports Academy. Do I go LLC? Do I go nonprofit? Race team, like how do I actually make that a business? Marketing agency, building out a team, working with like other companies. Will anything affiliate be involved in that? The fitness programming, does it make sense to leverage the business that I have? Does it make more sense to go out on my own? No idea. And then really the only thing that I have is what I know right now. And what I plan to do is share that with social media. And then the stuff that I know that I share that does well, I'll focus more on. And that's also part of that YouTube video that I watched, was kind of like the 5 stages. And stage 2 and 3, you start to kind of focus on what's performing really well social media wise, but then you don't want to get stuck in that because it can get boring, mundane. And so having the foresight of the institution that I want to create, I'll make sure that whatever starts to do well on social media, I start pushing in one of these 5 directions. This is kind of my architect here, my business architect. I wanted to share it with you. I had a ton of caffeine today, so that's probably why I seem super energetic and am so motivated on this. And leave a comment what you like about this, what it's missing, what you liked that I said, if you could understand what I said, and let's build this together, because this relies on you, the audience. And hopefully I can be a great advocate for you. I'm going to do my best to, because I believe that life is better with snowmobiling. If you want to see more videos like this, check it out in the playlist here. And if you want to see my more recent video, check it out right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.